Hey everybody, Phil here. And so today we're going to talk about some menu tips and tricks. And more specifically, we're going to talk about mega menus. Now, before I get started, I do need to specify that everything I'm going to show you today is really only applicable to sites that have been generated or made by us here in just the last few weeks. So if that is not you, what you'll need to do if you want this functionality that I'm getting ready to show you is you need to reach out to me. And so if you have a site that's made, say, in about the last year or so, made by us, and is an Elementor site, I can probably take care of it for you for free. If you have a site that's older than a year old or is not an Elementor site, not made by us, I'll have to kind of give you a quote on a case-by-case basis, but we can definitely look into helping anybody who does not have this functionality right now. So, as I said, we're going to talk about mega menus. Now, just a quick review. When I say a mega menu, what I mean is a graphical drop-down menu, meaning that instead of just text, such as these kind of more old school menus on these drop-downs, that we can actually add actual graphics that we can style and do more with. So, what I want to show you now is when you first get a site made by us, how it's going to come to you is just this very basic setup. And the basic setup is essentially grabs all of your categories and displays them. But that's not all you can do. You can customize this one, or more significantly, you can set up different ones. You can do multiple across the page. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. And then I'm also going to show you some other cool tricks. So if you want to set up any custom stuff, you need to come to, and actually let me back up a little bit and just show you that the plugin that we are using for this is called Max Mega Menus. For those of you who are more technically inclined or like to try things out yourself, you can also try to install this on your own site. There is quite a bit of setup involved, just to warn you. But yes, Max Mega Menus by megamenu.com is the one that we're using here and the one that we recommend after doing some review of different plugins. So to access the base functionality for actually setting up a menu, we want to go to Appearance, Menus in the WordPress admin dashboard. And if you have multiple menus, you want to make sure that you're in the right location. Excuse me. So you're going to see the typical menu screen, but Mega Menus is going to add a few additions. Most significantly, the settings over here and a hover over on menu items now. So to access the current one, you can simply click on the blue Mega Menu link, and this will bring you to the current layout. But to get a better handle on this, let's take a look by building a new one. So say we just wanted to build a second one that was set up with just some random stuff. So there's a lot of different ways to go about adding one. If you had a page already in mind that you wanted to link, you could do that from pages. A lot of times though, when you have top level items up here, you might or might not want them to actually lead to anything. It's quite common just to have that as basically a header that's just kind of indicating what the drop-down means as opposed to an actual link. If you do want that type of behavior, you just go to Custom Links and then URL, just put a hashtag, and then in link text, I'm sorry, they just had a quick technical issue. In link text, you just want to put your actual word that you would want to display there. You hit add to menu. Then you'd want to click save menu. Now that you've done that, you can drag this menu element where you want it into the hierarchy of the menu. And now click on that blue Mega Menu button. And this actually gets you to where you can actually set up the Mega Menu. Where you're going to spend most of your time is in this Mega Menu tab. So here you have different choices. Flyout menu is your typical menu that you're used to seeing. And then from there, in terms of mega menus, you have two choices. And I'm not going to get too deeply into this. You could peruse the documentation on Megamenus' own website, which will get much deeper into this. But for most times, or just for a quick kind of review, grid layout is more for building really complex multi-widgeted layouts into a menu, which, to be honest, isn't probably something you're going to do very often, just because there's only so much complexity you want to build into a menu. So much more likely you're going to be using their standard layout tool. Now you need to actually select the widget that you're going to add to the panel. And so you click the drop down here, and you will see that you have the InflatableOffice featured products. Now, those of you who've been IO customers for a long time might recognize this widget. It used to be solely just for selecting featured products. And now it is a much more powerful widget that does a lot more. But for now, let's just focus on its application for Megamenus. So we go ahead and click that. It pops up on screen, and now we need to set the width. And the reason we can do that is we can stack multiple widgets into any one menu, and we can stack them side by side. So if we want one widget to occupy everything, we want to make sure that we set that width to be the full width across. And in standard layout, it kind of splits this up into 6 different blocks that you could use. So we want to use 6 out of 6 blocks. Once we do that, we hit the little wrench here to go into the edit mode. And this brings us to the actual widget. And this is where we can start building things. So just a quick review of how these different things work is by selecting here in the categories. If you select all items, you'll get a mega menu that literally just lists every single item in your category or in your inventory. Or if you click individual categories here, what that will do is list all items in just that category. If you make some selections, you can hit Control to make multiple selections. Or if you don't want to make any selections there, you can just simply hit Clear. Now down here is items. This is a list of all of your inventory. You can also scroll through here and just choose individual items. So if we were to do that down here, simply select 3. We can now click Save. Watch for that. If you saw that it said saving up here where I'm hovering my mouse, once that is done, you can click X. You want to come back here and click Save Menu. And now again, there's a lot more settings that go into this. Over here in this, settings in here. If you need to review those, again, review the documentation for Megamenus itself. It's, like I said, it can be complicated, but it is also fairly intuitive. So most of you who are technically inclined could probably get around, find your way around it fairly easily. But now that it's here, let's review the new page. So as you can see, we still have the drop-down mega menu we did before, but now we have the one with just the selections that we made. And using that technique, you could then change this one. So you could actually build multiple things. So you can actually set up, you could break up your inventory any way you'd like using this method, and it can create, you can be very creative about how you direct your clients from your home page using a method like this. So now that we've covered that, let's go over another cool trick. And that is now incorporating what we just showed you with yet another plugin that we find useful here at InflatableOffice on our sites. Now this one is referred to as Insert Pages. You can see it on my plugin list here. It is by Paul Ryan. It's a free plugin. And what it does is once you have it installed and activated, it allows you to literally does what it says, to insert a page into any other page. Now where that becomes immensely useful is, let me show you something cool. Now say we use Elementor. Let's go to the templates in Theme Builder. Let's say we use that to build, let's go to Save Templates. And let's say we build ourselves a page template, which I've already done. I called it Menu Offer. Let's take a look at that in Elementor. Now this is just a very, very simple example, but essentially what I've done is just make a subscribe to our newsletter page. And as you can see, it's very simple. By itself, this is nothing that you would ever want to deploy on a live website just by itself as a page. But what we can do with this that's very interesting. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to our menus. Now let's say we came here and we then create a dead link. Let's call this one subscribe. We add that to the menu. We save the menu. Now again, let's go into that mega menu. Let's select that standard layout. This time, however, let's select Elementor Library. And I should actually note, and I do apologize for this, that technically the Insert Pages plugin that I showed you isn't actually necessary to do what we are doing right now, but it will be necessary to do the next thing that I'm going to show you. So if you just simply wanted to stick with this one, you wouldn't need that, but still moving forward. So again, we move that to 6 units wide. We click in here, and now we find that page template in our list here. We click save. We close, we save again. Let's reload here. And voila, now we have a newsletter subscription built right into our menu. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I would watch too much complexity in here. But again, this is just a simple way to get creative in things that you can add into your menu. Really, and the possibilities are limitless. Now, one last thing, and I do apologize that this video is getting so long, but I do want to show you one more quick usage. Now, coming back to that Insert Pages plugin that I showed you, we're just going to use subscribe here as a, but as you can see, after that was installed and activated, and now it's on our list. We can put this in here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. We'll make this one 6 wide. And now what this is going to do is allow us to literally pull, using the slug or page ID, the content of any other page in our WordPress installation. We'll have to see if there actually was a specials page. But as you can see, I was actually able to capture the content from that and make a nice little graphical content on here. Again, using this, your creativity is really the limit here. So really, go crazy. Just, watch your complexity, make sure that, you're not doing things that are going to throw your visitors off too much. But, again, this is a spot to really make your brand shine. So thank you for sitting for this particularly long video. I'll be back tomorrow with more useful tips. So thanks for your time and have a great day, everybody.